Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Otunba Adams Show. My name is Adam Solofim and you guys are welcome, especially this is the 17th day in the month of December and the 200th episode. Like, I feel like popping champagne right now because it's been a long journey. It hasn't been easy, but here we are finally. And it's really, really a great feeling, right? It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to know that like I get to talk to you guys every week, twice every week, and this is the 200th episode. Like we've come this far, and it's a pleasure, really, right? So, if this is your first time of being a part of the show, I would like to officially announce that like this most likely will be the last time I would be doing this show because this is going to be the end of this show, and I literally will be talking about all the things that I have learned so far, right? The journey thus far, the takeaways, right, as we round off this whole show, and just to say thank you to every one of you guys. So before we dive right in, if you are there, you're watching me live, you'd like to say hello to me, please put your name and your location in the comment section, and I will welcome you specially. All right, so moving on to the things that I have to say today. The journey, right? Basically, the journey so far. One of the things that like I learned on this show is that like one, start where you are, right? You most likely will not have everything perfect. Everything would not work the way you want it to work, right? Start where you are. Start small. You don't have to have everything. If I had had just my phone alone, right, I would have still worked with my phone. But because I have a webcam, I have the ring light, I have everything, I knew what I wanted to do and I stuck to it. I stuck by what I said I would do and I had been consistent with it. Consistency is very key. Consistency has helped me out, right? Doing 200 episodes in 2 years, it's not easy, but it's a good thing, really. Like it made me more disciplined. It made me better at certain things that like I should actually do in life, right? Then another thing that like I got to learn is the fact that like there would be days when things would not go as planned, right? The days when internet would mess up, the days when electricity would go off while I am doing my live broadcast, right? You need to learn to improvise. You need to understand that like things would not always go the way you plan. So always have a plan B, C, and D. Ever since I started this broadcast, I've had to like buy multiple modems because I realized that there will be days where the internet would not work. I had to like get an inverter because I realized that like NEPA would not always be favorable. Right now, there's no electricity. I am using my inverter to talk to you guys, right? So always make room for the plan B, always make room for the plan C, always make room for the plan D, because you have to realize that like life is never fair. Life would never give you what you want, right? You have to demand from life, and that itself has actually helped me out on the long run. Then another thing is that like you need to believe in yourself. All right, there are many times that like I come here, I come to talk, I come to share things that like I probably found on the internet that I feel that like entrepreneurs, freelancers would actually get to learn from. But when I come live, I realize that like not many people are online. There are times that like nobody even comes to watch me. And my motto is that like the show must still go on, right? Because if you feel that like it is when the audience that you seek are there, that's when you would be ready to launch out, to grow. Then you may never grow because people are really not interested in your work in progress. To me, I feel that like this phase of my life is my work in progress. Someday, when I have a larger platform, and then people would then be like, who is this guy? Where did this guy come from? They would not realize that like I have had my fair share of the time when nobody saw me, nobody knew who I was, nobody was interested in the things that I had to say. And when I then come out, it will be like, this guy did juju. No, I did not do juju. I have paid my dues, right? I have been there on days when nobody came to watch me. I have been there on days when the internet was bad, and I still had to like show up. So the same thing I'm going to tell you guys is that like believe in yourself and be consistent. It's very, very key. Another thing that like I wrote here is that like, yeah, when nobody's watching, keep pushing. It can actually be discouraging when you come live and then you're actually expecting a lot of people to be there to like what you're doing because you're actually giving valuable content. I realize that like a lot of the things that like I share with people, a lot of the things I actually give out for free are things that like if I had actually packaged them as a course and marketed it, it would have sold and I would have made more money. But then again, I am one person that like, okay, give value for free, let people know what you're capable of, and also use that period to grow yourself. When I started this whole thing, right, I knew I could talk, but I was not polished enough. I felt that like um that once I come up or once I try to like record, it's gonna be perfect. I realized that like my first video, between my first video and now, there's a huge difference, there's a huge gap. I can see the growth, right? And that's one thing I actually love about the fact that like I get to come here every single time, even if it's not fun. Even when I don't feel like it, even when I am sick, I have had days that I will be treating malaria, or probably like after the show, I would fall on the bed and I'll start taking medications. All these things have really helped me out to become a better person on the long run. And I really do appreciate myself for the consistency and for everything. Another thing that I have here, I know that like somebody has written something and I'm going to read it out soon, is that have the end in mind. Akinde Oluwabumi Priscilla, he said, whoa, episode 200. Yes, thank you, Bumi. You've been a part of the show also, right? You've been a guest on the show. Thank you for being here. It's an honor. Thank you very much. And yeah, I was talking about something like have an end in mind. Originally, when I started this whole thing, I was like, okay, we are going to go to 1,000 episodes, right? Probably like run the whole show for 10 years. But then now, like this year, I got to sit down and then like ask myself that like, do I want to continue on this path for now? I could if I wanted to, but because I have a greater plan, because I have something in the works that I've been working on for a while, those that are actually close to me will know that, like, okay, yeah, this guy is working on the projects. I realized that, like, if I have to give my energy to that project, then I have to, like, put a pause to this, right? Now, the project itself will still have the video part, the part that, like, I'll probably be coming online to talk, but then I would be focused on a particular niche, a particular set of people, and it's not just going to be a generalized thing anymore. So I have to put an end to the Otunba Adams show just for me to like transition to the new project that like I actually want to work on, or no, that I want to enter into because I've been working on it for a very, very long period of time. So that's basically it. Have an end in mind whenever you start a project. Now, that being said, I would really, really, really love as many people that have been a part of the show, those that just came for interviews, those that like we had to have a chit chat, like I had to ask. There was a time that like I had some females live, and we had a session whereby I would ask them questions and all that. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys that have been there, right? That came on the show, those that through the show we became friends because there were some people that like I didn't even know they existed. Someone referred them to me, and then like I brought them on the show, and ever since then we've actually been great friends, right? I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I do not take you guys for granted. Thank you for gracing the show. It's an honor having you guys here. Thank you very much. Also, one of the things that like I would like to talk about again is the lessons I have learned this year. I'm still going to thank some other people later on, but the lessons I have learned this year. I keep saying this thing that like one thing that I would take away from 2022 is the fact that like before 2022, someone made mention in a particular Zoom call that I attended with some other entrepreneurs across the globe, is that like pick a goal, pick a project, and focus on that particular project, and then from there grow, right? Don't try to do too many things at the same time. And I realized that like before now, I've been trying to like juggle a lot of things. I want to do this, I want to do that. But I was like, okay, let me focus on just one thing and then be the master at it. And it has actually helped me out. yes, at some point I grew to the level that like I could actually like diversify to something new because I had mastered one and then like I introduced something else into it. And also the bigger picture that like I've actually had at the back of my mind, the project that I've been working on has really helped me to channel my money into something bigger than myself, right? On a very good day, maybe like I would have money, I would like spend on one or two things that are really, really not it, as it were, because I didn't really have a bigger goal. But now that I have a bigger goal, as the money is coming in, right, I could actually easily channel it into that goal. And I know that, like, yes, this thing is going to yield on the very long run. So have a goal, right? Have a project that you should work on maybe for next year, and then focus on that one thing. Everything you need to do to make it come to life, try as much as possible to do it. If it's going to take you to work two jobs for you to be able to like raise the money to make that project a reality, try as much as possible to do that. And another thing that actually helped me this year is the fact that like I learned to collaborate. I collaborated with someone who was better than me when it came to jobs, right? This dude was actually earning way more. I think he earns about 3 to 4 times what I earn. And working with him actually helped me out, helped my finances, because one, I was good at creating explainer videos, and this guy could easily outsource jobs to me, and it helped my finances. It's a sweet deal. So for you also in your life, collaborate with people, especially those who are better than you. All right. Show them that like you have something to offer and work with them, because they would be that shoulder that you need to be able to like climb to the next phase of your life. Again, the next point that I have is what's the word? Be consistent. I've already made mention of that. Learn consistency, always be consistent, right, in everything that you do. And then lastly, I would like to say a big thank you to my parents, my dad, my mom, my siblings, because they have been wonderful people to me. Um, they understand the things that I want out of life. And sometimes it could be crazy because you expect your son to do certain things and then like he's doing something else, right? Someone once asked me when I started this show that like, guy, you studied mechanical engineering in school. How come you're doing this? How come you're talking like a business person? Well, we keep growing, we keep learning new things, and our paths in life keep changing as we grow older. Now, I may definitely not do this for the rest of my life, but it's definitely a part of my life that I would always appreciate. The Otunba Adams show has come to an end, right? This is the very last episode. I'll not be doing any more Otunba Adams show. So from next year, if you don't get to see me, please understand that like we've come to the end of the whole show. And again, as I would always say, be the best version God has created you to be. And also, Merry Christmas in advance. Be good, be great, have an outstanding 2023. Do not limit yourself. Do not believe that like Shege is going to happen to you. What you say becomes your reality on the long run. I'm very mindful of the words I say these days. So know what you say, act on what you believe in, work, right? There's a room for prayer. There's also a room for work. Please combine the two together and be the best version of yourself. That being said, I have to go now. All right. Take good care of yourself, guys, and till we meet again in the future, whenever it's going to be. From me to you, my name remains Adam Tolwafemi Olajide. Bye bye.